before the heaven and the earth came to existence, what was I? Before the heaven and the earth came to existence, what was I? Before the heaven and the earth came to existence, what was I? My friends and the practitioner, practice meditation, emphasize practicing, and practitioner should got the basic of the Dharma. The basic of the Dharma that sweep out self-attachment, or the basic of Dharma, the right Dharma, that get strong belief in the zone mind and practice. Without a practice, we said we have belief and strong the belief in the zone mind. That not the real, not the true belief in zone mind. That's just a theory. That's still stuck in the attachment, stuck in the illusion. So the practitioner, without the practice, that we stay in the illusion or stay in self-attachment. Even the practitioner not yet the basic of the true Dharma, or not yet to get the belief, strong belief in his own mind, but through the practice and go direct the way of relief objective. They sweep out self-attachment. Another example, like the Buddha provided the practice methods that non-dualism Dhammador. Now we practice ask the question, raising down. Continue ask the question clearly, diligently, maintain down. Doubt will lead the practitioner to achieve enlightenment. That like we got the basic through practicing. Like through practicing with the instruction from Sakyamuni Buddha, or instruction from old patriarch, we practice, we got the basic of the Dharma. Many practitioners, they don't like impressed in practicing. They just like want to understanding. They want to got more background knowledge. That become the patriarch provide the example that's like the picture of cake cannot help the hungry people digest or relieve the hungry. So through the practice and the instruction of the right Dharma help the practitioner to get the basic of the right Dharma, got the belief in his own mind, not believe in the illusion or believe in the dualism. Now just practice and always mention triple truth. The triple truth help us to go direct to the nature triple truth,
Here all monks, all nuns, and all practitioners for meditation. Practitioners, each of us need to get the basic understanding. And we need to believe in our own mind. Every one of us think that they believe in their own mind and they believe in the basic principle. But when talking about the practice, they not sincere about the practice. They're not diligently in the practice. So because of the lack in the belief in their own mind, so we need to be taking precaution. So if we don't take the practice seriously, and if we don't practice constantly, we may understand wrong. We may understand the wrong teaching from the Buddha or the patriarchs, and we more likely to get attached to the self-attachment and ignorance. So we all need to rely on the Buddha's teaching, rely on the Triple Truths or the patriarchs' teaching. So we need to rely on the Triple Truths to help us to practice on the right path, so that we don't fall into the deviant path. So this is the Dharma door is considered to be the non-dual non-duality. So if we practice this, we leave behind the dualism, duality, which is the relative, and this will leave behind the self-attachment and ignorance. It's like a cake, like a picture of a cake. If you just look at the picture, it will not help you fill up your tummy. So you need to really practice. It's like you need to eat the cake to fill up your tummy, to help your hunger. So it's more like we in a dream, and we need to practice, and in order to be awakened to get out the dream, we need to practice to get out, and then everything will get resolved. So each of us, we need to get the basic understanding, the basic principle about the practice. And along the way, while we're practicing, we really need to take precaution. If we don't, then we more likely to get stuck on the self, have the self-attachment, and it's getting bigger, will be more arrogant. So we have to take precaution. Yeah, we need to really get the basic understanding and the basic principle. So how do we believe in their own mind? We need to participate in a Dharma discussion, be able to bring up any obstacle or obstruction we may have, so that good advisors help guide us to. So we have to take precaution. So now anybody can bring up any questions that you might have. We would like to invite Hoàng Cảnh to speak. Namo Sakamuni Buddha, dear Master, all monks, all nuns, and all practitioners. So for the practitioners, they have to deal with two criteria, which is the obstacles, the favorable condition and unfavorable condition. So when we encounter favorable condition, we like it. But when there's unfavorable condition, we don't like it, and it's very, very hard. And then sometimes we may give up the practice. Whenever I heard you talk, you talk about so you mentioned about the favorable and unfavorable condition. You mentioned you not to get attached to any of those. So can you explain it again so I have more clear understanding? So the Master Envy Cloud has mentioned we still using our six consciousness to practice. One of the master has mentioned about favorable and unfavorable condition. If we still have those the two conditions, if we fall into this or fall into that, that's still considered. That's still in the dualism. That's still an attachment to the self and ignorance. We should not dwell on any of those conditions. But because of our habit of distinguishing favorable and unfavorable, so for us, it may be favorable, but for other, maybe unfavorable. So that's why we not get attached to any of those, any conditions. So our practice is different from other practice. This practice, we need not to subdue any condition that we may encounter. So when we have the knowledge, the understanding about the teaching, we should not attach to the understanding or the knowledge as well. So the Buddha's teaching with the consciousness, he also mentioned about outflow and inflow. So when we not produce a thought of outflow thought, not producing an outflow thought, then it's already considered to be inflow. So I just mentioned about the basic principle. So now if we distinguish between discrimination and not discrimination, or, so discrimination and without discrimination is still a discrimination. So it's because it's still we're still using the consciousness. So we practice this way, maintain this the doubt. Eventually, it will leave behind the relative, the dualism, the duality, and it will leave behind all the discriminations. So this is the path that we try to practice. So the Buddha also gave an example. The path to home is wide open. We just need to walk to return to go back. But because of our habits from the consciousness, that's why it has many obstacles, a lot of obstructions. So other methods, more likely they use the practice, the method to subdue all these conditions, favorable and unfavorable. Like we use like precepts with rules and regulations. So the Buddha's teaching, the Buddhas already set out rules and regulations or precepts to help us to guide us. But because due to our attachment, due to our ignorance and self-attachment, we still not able to overcome. So each one of us needs to really rely on the Triple Truth's teaching to overcome all these attachments. So just try to go back to the practice. See, for some of us, we already dropped everything like fame, wealth, power, so that we can practice. But we only have the self-attachment left. So we need to drop it by practicing. So when we first bring forth the Bodhi mind, the first thought that we need to let go of everything. So we already dropped the profit and fame, but now we just have to practice to really let go of the self. So just remember, we should maintain the thought of not seeking. So the basic principle, the basic in the beginning, to bring forth the Bodhi mind is to let go everything, to not having the mind of seeking, the mind of gaining.
cái phát bồ đề tâm mà Đức Phật khuyến chúng sinh đâu có sai, đâu có xa lạ đâu, rất là thực tế, rất là rõ ràng. Mình càng thực hành, mình càng thâm tín tự tâm.
So the more we practice, the more belief, we will strengthen our faith or belief in our own mind.
Cái niệm thống thiết sinh tử, như là cái mất mạng không có sợ nữa, đâu có hăm dọa.
So if we practice to the point, if we take seriously about birth and death, then we will exchange for everything, even this body, even this life. So for some of us, when there are only like a small things, small exchange from conversation, we may not be able to stand it already. How can we let go of the self? How can there are many obstacles ahead of us, many obstructions that we need to leave behind, that we need to overcome. So it doesn't matter favorable or unfavorable condition. When we encounter them, if we practice constantly, we can overcome all these issues. We should not get offended to anything. So we still distinguish wrong, right, good, bad. If we all always have this kind of thoughts, then we stay in a dualism. The practice will help us get out of this, overcome, leave behind the relative. So everyday's practice, the teaching from the good no advisors, and the good no advisor keep reminding us about the practice, about the teaching. Then it will help us to overcome all these obstacles, all these obstructions, and it will help us to eradicate the self-attachment, ignorance. So we have to take precautions about the practice. So I would like to ask another questions. So the teaching you just explained, I have experienced many times, and we need to have patience. We don't thinking about profit and fame. So when I encounter this situation, sometimes sometimes I feel it's not easy to let go because it's due to the self-attachment. So I think if we take seriously about birth and death, then we'll improve on the practice. We will practice more diligently. So I have experience about this, and in the beginning, it's very hard for me to overcome But I feel like due to the practice, because of the practice, it become less less abstract. So the master just said the patient need the medicine to help overcome the sickness. So the practitioners, we need the experience, the skillful means to help us to overcome. So anybody who really wants to get enlightened, they have to get through this Dharma door. This is the Dharma door. Can be called, can be said, this is the prajna Dharma door. So without the practice, it's not easy to overcome all the obstacles. If we don't keep the practice, maintain the practice, we more likely get stuck and cannot overcome the obstruction or any obstacles that we may encounter.
Nếu chúng ta đối với cái bệnh chúng ta theo cái pháp đồ điều trị những cái triệu chứng của bệnh á, theo đúng cái bác sĩ giỏi chỉ cho mình và mình phải phối hợp. So for us, even like a patient go and see the doctor will tell the patient what the patient need to do, the medicine the patient need to take. But for us, so what he tried to say, the practitioners should need to rely on the triple jewel, need to pay respect and respect the triple jewels, the good know advisors, teachers, the patriarch. So he tried to say, if the patient doesn't follow the doctor instruction, he may not overcome the sickness. So it's just like us, the practitioners, we need to follow the teaching, the rules and regulations in order to overcome any obstacles that we may have, especially all the attachment that we are having. So like when we mentioned about patient or diligent in the six paramita, if we don't practice and when we encounter the situation, we say, oh, we have to be patient. We have to be patient. That is more like we try to subdue the situation. That's not really the true patient. And if we do it this way, we try to subdue this kind of situation, it will become stronger. And it's not easy to overcome. So Master Laikwa has mentioned, when we practice, the practitioner should be humble, should be consider himself or herself the lowest level of practice. We should consider ourselves the lowest level of practice, not don't see ourselves above anyone. So
a lot of times when we forget the practice, we don't maintain the practice. We're more likely to go back, to fall back into our habits or attachments. So while we're practicing, and if we give rise to a thought of having progress in the practice or not having progress in the practice, it's still considered to be still have a distinguishing mind, discrimination thoughts. So we should not give rise to any thoughts like that. We just try to maintain the practice. So any favorable and unfavorable condition, when we encounter them, they don't bother us. They don't distract us. So yeah, we need to really practice to really help us eradicate our bad habits. Yeah, we should live. We should be in harmony with everyone. So you understand? He said, "Yeah, I understand. Thank you. Thank you so much." I didn't hear what he said. Namo Sakamuni Buddha. You always mention about the practice, and it's very important. And so, in this Dharma, practicing using this method to practice is you have to consider. You can prioritize. This is the priority. So usually when we encounter favorable condition, we like it, we want to keep it. But when unfavorable condition, we don't like it. We don't want this unfavorable condition. Like when we practice in the less noisy environment, and we like it, and we really want to practice. But when we encounter noisy environment, we may dislike, and we don't. We feel like we don't want to practice in this environment. So and in the daily life, when we encounter unfavorable condition, we more likely not be able to maintain the practice. So when we practice, and then when we can encounter the state of having peace in the state, or we like the and we're more likely to get attached to the state. So when He tried to say when we encounter sometimes unfavorable condition or any things that we don't like, we want to go back to the practice so that we can get back to the state that we like. So can you explain more about grasping and not grasping, about attach and detach? So I just mentioned the Buddha mentioned mentioned that we need to believe in our own mind, and the patriarch mentioned that we need to have the basic understanding that we need to detach the self, eradicate the self-attachment. So in the prajna, in the Hot Sutra, it mentioned it has no birth or death, no ignorance or ending of ignorance, um, no death or ending of death. Because we live in the relative world, in the duality, and then a lot of time we not be able to identify, and then we more likely to believe in our own in the consciousness, in this differentiation, but we don't really believe in our own mind, our true mind. So that's why it's not. That's we. So the Buddha mentioned this consciousness has always been active, and if we believe in it, we never get back to the true self, because this the guest, the host, the subject and object is because it's from the mind, it's from this false mind, and if we know that it's not true, this is false, this is like a dream and an illusion, then we need to get back to the practice. If we practice, if we maintain the practice, and eventually we will be clear about the all the dharma, all the dharmas, all dharmas, conditioned and unconditioned dharmas. So the Buddha mentioned the all conditioning dharmas is just like a dream, like a lightning, so 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 this, if we could be able to see this, then we need to practice in order to see this clearly. We can just sit there and thinking about it. So if we need to go back to the state where all ignorance or self-attachment come out, which is the Huato state, when no thought arise. So if we get to this state, the favorable and unfavorable, we don't have any concern about it. We don't have any attachment to it. They don't bother us. They cannot distract us. So the practice for us is to really eradicate the self and ignorance. So this is the basic. The basic is to believe in our own mind. But it's not. When talking, when we speaking or talking, when we it's easy to say, but the practice will help us to really resolve all this, not just from talking. So we need to have the right view so that we can practice correctly. So nobody can walk for us, help us get enlightened. We ourselves need to practice, need to walk. To do the walk. So the basic is to really eradicate self-attachment and believe in our own mind. The time is up. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.